Well, why don't we take it from what I was saying earlier on about hitting the mine. But I'll tell you a little anecdote. But in a book that I have a copy of it. The sailors have, when they tell big lies, you know, much like I'm doing today, and they call it dips, salty dips. And some group of guys in Ottawa decided to write down salty dips, and they put them in book form. And this happened that on D-Day, my number was 310, and the guy who was alongside of me was a fellow called Mac Rattan, and he had an LCI, and we were going in, and previously in England, there were 12 of us, 12 ships, we had put a bed on. And we couldn't, you had to go in on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, we were going to land like that. So what happens is Mac is driving this boat next to me, and we all made a bet of 10 shillings, and we all put 10 shillings into a pot, and the first of us to hit the beach picked up 120 shillings. So this article is one that Mac Rattan put in this salty dips, and he finishes up in the last paragraph. About himself. I was leading the way in when number 310, driven by Lieutenant Lloyd Williams of West Vancouver, nudged me out of place and won. And I read this thing, and I'm not exaggerating, 10, 15 years after, and he was still living in Ottawa, and I wrote him a letter, and I said, Rattan, you never did give me that money. So I got it, he sent me 10 shillings, notarized. Luke, this is the third and last time I'm going to give you this money. I guess the other times he did pay up the first time. However, we were probably on a reunion. I would have said something. Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's what had happened the second time. Yeah, he landed up in jail.
Oh really?
No. Yeah. Oh. It was something stupid that he shouldn't have got involved in. He was always getting into trouble. He and the doctor, we were down at stationed in Poole Harbour in the south of England, and they came. This doctor and Rattan came, and they were looking for people who wanted to go into London for the day. So a few of us went in, and we didn't find out till we were halfway there that they stole the car. But we said, "Oh, it's all right," because we had a Roman Catholic minister with us. But we did get into trouble. And no, we're talking about how you feel. I can't really tell you. All I know is that I hit this mine, and getting killed or anything else, that was in my mind more than anything. Get this ship on board, ashore safely, and find out what happened. And because not only what happened was we got a hole in the bow, but you got that picture of the ship in there? It's a painting of one of my guys did. There. on the stern of the ship, we would come in, and right in this here is a winch. You drop an anchor at the stern as on our running in, and so when we wanted to go to take off again, it helped pull us off the beach. And what happened is that one of the big sloppy Englishmen came past me with his anchor, drawing his anchor or some damn thing, and he picked up mine, stern anchor, and all I found, my ship was going like this. So when we went and we took a saw, we cut the line of our anchor line, and so we didn't have an anchor to pull ourselves off on. So we hummed and hawed. So at low tide, we went out, part of the crew went out and they found the anchor, and they got it back to the ship. And two of the lads were able to spin the wire back on, and they did that. So that was what we did that night. But we had 4 Oerlikon guns for anti-aircraft.
Or what, sorry?
Aircraft.
Aircraft.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, there's 2, and there's 1, and another one up there. And we never shot them. Well, on Normandy night, D-Day night, a Luftwaffe came over, and all these battleships and that were outside, they were all firing at them. Well, we decided to fire too. And we saw one of the aircraft come down, and our guys yelled, "We got it! We got it!" Everybody in the on the battleship, and every ship there's got it.
Oh, I see. They're all shooting at him,
Yeah,
and they all
we got
took
it.
credit for it.
So that's one of the reasons. And what happens here is, as we come inside, into the land, see that there, those landing? That's in the land. That's comes down here, and the guys walk down that ramp and onto the shore. Follow me? We put the bow ashore, and the shore means I have seen it mean as deep as 4 feet. Just haven't been able to get any further in. And these poor soldiers are going off the ship, and they are weighed down with ammunition, with rifles, with mines probably, with their own care, you know, shavers and all this stuff, change of dress, you know, they're carrying it all, and that's a lot of work for these, and that's what I thought of. We tried to get them as close as possible.
So you wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, and usually we were happy, but it all depends on which beach you've been named for.
Right.
You know, it is like that rocky beach that we went in on Sicily. Nobody should have had to try that.
Right.
But we tried it, and the guys were satisfied. The fellow that did that, interesting enough, he became a heart surgeon in Edmonton. Another one of our guys became Chief Justice of Alberta. So we had a bunch of good guys.
Guys that joined the Navy, but they were from the prairies. They joined somewhere.
Saskatchewan, per capita, had more sailors than any other province.
You know that.
Yeah, it's an interesting statistic.
It is.
And they were probably the best sailors on the ship. They were used to a lot that we weren't, for instance. And they were always seemed good. They were different outlook on life.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
The prairie people are, and same with the people from, well, different parts of Canada.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
different.
Yeah. And we had a lot of French aboard the ship. We had 2 brothers, and they were fishermen from Newfoundland, and they were seasick all the time.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Mitchells, or Mitchell, not Mitchell, something like that. They're funny little guys. My Sigelman was from the Maritimes. He and I did most of the talking. We were always on the bridge together.